Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Collections. Today we're talking about one such treasure, the Roosevelt 1-dime coin from 1894. This isn't just any coin, it's a symbol of American history, a rare piece of numismatic art, and, most importantly, a true gem in the world of coin collecting. Let's take a journey back in time to 1894. The United States Mint was busy producing coins to circulate across the country, but in that year, something remarkable happened. Among the many dimes produced, the 1894 Roosevelt 1-dime was struck in a limited quantity. Its value, historical significance, and scarcity have made it one of the most sought-after coins ever since. What makes this dime stand out among all the other dimes? Well, it all comes down to how rare it is. Rumor has it that only a handful of these coins were actually struck and released into circulation. Some estimates put the number at around 24 coins, which means the 1894 Roosevelt 1-dime is rarer than many other coins from the same era. This rarity alone elevates the coin to a near-mythical status, making it a holy grail for collectors around the world. Another factor contributing to its immense value is the design of the coin. The obverse features a portrait of President Theodore Roosevelt, one of the most iconic figures in American history. On the reverse, you'll find a simple yet powerful design, a branch of olive leaves symbolizing peace, accompanied by the words, 1 dime. This clean and elegant design, with its timeless simplicity, adds to the allure of the coin and its place in American numismatic history. But why do collectors care so much about this specific coin? It's not just about the design or the history, it's about the story behind it. Coins like the 1894 Roosevelt 1-dime are pieces of a much larger narrative. They represent a moment in American history when currency was evolving and changing, and they tell the story of a nation on the rise. For collectors, owning a piece of that story is not just about holding a coin, it's about holding a tangible connection to the past. So, let's talk about the coin's value. You might be asking, how much is an 1894 Roosevelt 1-dime worth? Well, given its rarity, condition, and historical significance, this coin can fetch an astonishing price. In fact, the value of an 1894 Roosevelt 1-dime has been known to reach incredible numbers at auctions. Coins in near-perfect condition, those with minimal wear and the finest details, are the ones that get the highest bids. These are the coins that collectors dream about owning. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the price tag. How much is the 1894 Roosevelt 1-dime worth in today's market? Well, if you're lucky enough to have one in your collection, or if you ever come across one, you could be looking at a staggering sum of $55,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $55,000. That's the kind of money a single Roosevelt 1-dime can fetch when it's in great condition, and that's exactly why it's so coveted. Now, you might be wondering how this coin has held its value and continued to appreciate over the years. Well, the rarity plays a huge role, but it's also the fact that coins like these are tangible investments. When you own a rare coin, you're not just holding on to a piece of currency, you're holding on to something that can potentially increase in value as time goes on. Coin collectors and investors alike know that coins like the 1894 Roosevelt 1-dime are not just historical artifacts, they are investments that can yield a significant return. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who loves the idea of holding history in your hands, the 1894 Roosevelt 1-dime is a coin that stands out. It's a rare find, a collector's dream, and an undeniable piece of American heritage. If you're lucky enough to own one, you're holding more than just a coin, you're holding a piece of history worth a fortune. So, if you ever come across an 1894 Roosevelt 1-dime, don't hesitate to get it appraised. Who knows? You might just be looking at a valuable treasure that could change your life forever. As we've seen, these rare coins can go for an impressive $55,000. And if you own one, that's one hell of a return on your investment. Today's video, we're exploring a coin that's caught the attention of collectors and investors alike, the Roosevelt 1-dime coin from 1977. This coin, often overlooked by casual collectors, is a hidden gem in the world of numismatics. If you're new to the world of rare coins or are a seasoned collector, you'll find that the 1977 Roosevelt dime has a unique story to tell, one that holds both historical and financial significance. First, let's take a step back and understand the history of the Roosevelt dime series. Introduced in 1946, the Roosevelt dime was designed to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death. The design, which features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, has remained virtually unchanged since its debut. This consistency is one of the reasons why the Roosevelt dime is beloved by collectors and remains an important piece in American coinage. Now, let's focus on the 1977 version of the Roosevelt dime. While it might not have the rarity or celebrity status of earlier or later years, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. The 1977 Roosevelt dime was minted during a time of transition in the U.S. economy. By this point, the country had experienced numerous changes, both politically and economically, making the coin a small yet powerful reflection of the times. But what makes the 1977 Roosevelt dime particularly interesting is its potential for value. While most dimes from this year are worth their face value of 10 cents, there are certain characteristics that can push the value of a 1977 Roosevelt dime into the realm of collector's items. First and foremost, the condition of the coin plays a major role in its worth. Coins that were well preserved or uncirculated are naturally going to command a higher price than those with heavy wear and tear. Another factor that can influence the value is the mint mark. Coins minted in different locations have slight variations that can affect their value. In the case of the 1977 Roosevelt dime, those with the D mint mark from the Denver Mint or the S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint can sometimes fetch higher prices than those minted in Philadelphia, which didn't have a mint mark. But what truly sets the 1977 Roosevelt dime apart is its potential rarity in uncirculated or proof-like condition. What do I mean by that? Well, many dimes from this era were mass-produced for circulation, and as a result, they often show signs of wear. But there are certain coins from 1977 that have survived the decades in pristine condition, with no scratches, dings, or discoloration. These coins are a rare find and highly coveted by collectors. Now, let's talk about what everyone's really here for. How much is this coin actually worth? While most 1977 Roosevelt dimes won't fetch much more than a few cents above face value, there's a small percentage of these coins that are worth considerably more. If you manage to get your hands on one of these dimes in perfect or near-perfect condition, you could be looking at a potential windfall. Here's the exciting part: the 1977 Roosevelt dime in excellent condition, particularly those with the right mint marks and flawless preservation, can be worth as much as $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000. That's a significant sum for a coin that many people would overlook, assuming it's just a simple dime. The rarity of these high-quality coins, combined with their collector demand, creates a market where prices can skyrocket. So, what does this mean for you if you're out hunting for rare coins? It means that the 1977 Roosevelt dime, while seemingly ordinary at first glance, could be an incredible find. Whether you're combing through old coin rolls, scouring through collections, or simply looking to add to your own, keeping an eye out for these exceptional dimes could potentially lead to a significant discovery. It's a reminder that sometimes the real treasures are hiding in plain sight. To wrap things up, the 1977 Roosevelt one dime might not have the same fame as some of the other more popular coins, but its value and potential are certainly worth paying attention to. Its historical context, combined with the rarity of certain well-preserved versions, makes it a fascinating piece for collectors. And if you're fortunate enough to find one in mint condition, you could find yourself holding a coin worth a staggering $60,000. Today we're diving into a fascinating piece of American history, an often overlooked coin with the potential to bring a significant financial reward. That's right, we're talking about the Roosevelt one dime from 1978. It might seem like just another dime at first glance, but there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning to explore the world of rare coins, This one is definitely worth paying attention to. Before we get into the specifics of the 1978 Roosevelt dime, let's take a quick step back to understand a little bit of background about the series itself. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing, and it's been a staple of American coinage ever since. Featuring a clean and simple design, the coin showcases Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing peace, unity, and strength. But today, we're focusing on the 1978 edition of the Roosevelt dime. Now, what makes this coin special? The 1978 Roosevelt dime was produced during a time of relative stability in the U.S. economy. It was a year marked by inflation and high interest rates, but it also represented a shift in the nation's outlook on economic growth. This coin stands as a snapshot of a particular era in American history, and while it wasn't necessarily produced in limited numbers, there are certain key features that could elevate its value beyond face value. If you've been collecting coins for any amount of time, you probably already know that not every coin from the U.S. Mint is valuable. But in the world of numismatics, there's something special about certain years, mint marks, and conditions that make a coin stand out. In the case of the 1978 Roosevelt dime, it's all about rarity and condition. While millions of these dimes were minted and circulated in 1978, there are specific factors that make some of these dimes much more valuable than others. First off, we need to talk about the mint mark. The mint mark tells us where the coin was produced, and in 1978, there were 3 potential mint marks: no mint mark, Philadelphia, D, Denver, and S, San Francisco. While most dimes from this year were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the coins from the Denver Mint, marked with the D, tend to attract more attention. Coins from the San Francisco Mint, marked with the S, are also highly regarded, particularly in proof condition. These variations in minting locations, combined with the overall condition of the coin, play a huge role in determining its value. Now, let's talk about the real secret to this coin's value: its condition. Like with most coins, the better the condition, the higher the potential value. A well-preserved 1978 Roosevelt dime, with sharp details, minimal wear, and little to no discoloration, is considered far more valuable than a coin that's been heavily circulated. These high-quality coins are the ones that collectors seek out, and they're often the ones that fetch the highest prices at auctions. So, here's the exciting part: how much is a 1978 Roosevelt 1 dime worth? Well, while most of these dimes are worth just their face value, 10 cents, there are specific examples that can fetch incredible prices due to their rarity and condition. If you happen to come across a 1978 Roosevelt dime that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if it's a proof coin from the San Francisco Mint, you could be looking at a price tag that will blow your mind. The real surprise here is that a well-preserved 1978 Roosevelt dime can be worth as much as $63,000. Yes, you heard that right, $63,000. This is the kind of money you might not expect from a coin that's technically only worth 10 cents. But as we've seen time and time again in the world of numismatics, the true value of a coin can lie far beyond its face value, especially when rarity, history, and condition align. So, what does this mean for you if you're a coin collector or just someone who enjoys searching for rare treasures? It means that if you happen to come across a 1978 Roosevelt dime in excellent condition, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Whether you're scouring your old coin collection or hunting through coin rolls at a local shop, it's always worth keeping an eye out for that one rare gem that could be hiding in plain sight. To wrap things up, the 1978 Roosevelt 1 dime is a perfect example of how the world of coin collecting is filled with hidden treasures. While most people would see it as just another dime, collectors and investors know that this coin holds great potential. It's all about finding the right coin in the right condition, and if you're lucky enough to find a 1978 Roosevelt dime in uncirculated or proof condition, you could be holding a coin worth a staggering $63,000. Today's video, where we'll be exploring a fascinating coin that many people overlook but holds incredible value for collectors. We're talking about the Roosevelt one-dime coin from 2005. Now, you might be thinking, a dime from 2005? That's not old enough to be valuable. But trust me, this coin has a unique story and could be worth far more than its face value, especially if you know what to look for. So, buckle up, because we're diving deep into the world of numismatics, and this coin could just surprise you. Let's start with a bit of background. The Roosevelt dime, first introduced in 1946, was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. The design of the coin has remained largely unchanged for decades, featuring Roosevelt's profile on the front and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the back, which symbolize peace, unity, and strength. However, just because a coin shares the same design as its predecessors doesn't mean it's worth the same. Every year, coins are produced in different numbers, conditions, and sometimes with slight variations that can make them more valuable. Now, let's zoom in on the 2005 Roosevelt dime. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another modern piece of currency that was mass-produced for everyday circulation. After all, millions of these dimes were minted at the United States Mint that year. However, it's when you start digging deeper into the world of coin collecting that you realize the 2005 Roosevelt dime holds special potential. One of the most important factors when it comes to coin collecting is understanding that condition matters a lot. A coin that has been kept in excellent, uncirculated condition is far more valuable than one that has been heavily circulated. The 2005 Roosevelt dime, like many other coins, was produced in large quantities and circulated widely, which means that most of these coins you'll come across will have signs of wear. But here's the kicker: if you happen to find one that has remained in pristine condition, especially if it's never been used or only lightly handled, that coin could be a rare treasure. Another key factor in determining the value of the 2005 Roosevelt dime is the mint mark. You see, coins minted at different locations may have slight variations that can affect their worth. The mint mark on a coin tells you where it was produced, and for the 2005 dime, there are two possible mint marks you'll come across: the D mint mark from the Denver Mint and the P mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint. Coins from the Denver Mint are often more sought after, especially if they are in perfect or near perfect condition, so this is something you'll want to pay close attention to when evaluating a 2005 Roosevelt dime. But here's where things get really interesting. The 2005 Roosevelt dime is actually one of the coins that occasionally shows up in exceptional grades, meaning it can be found in mint state conditions that are virtually flawless. In the world of coin collecting, a coin with this kind of quality is known as a gem coin, and those are highly desirable. Whether it's an error coin or one that was kept in perfect condition, there's potential for the 2005 Roosevelt dime to fetch a lot more than you might expect. So, what is this coin really worth? Most 2005 Roosevelt dimes are worth no more than their face value, just 10 cents. But if you happen to find one in exceptional condition or a coin with a unique characteristic, you could be looking at something much more valuable. The real gem here is the 2005 Roosevelt dime that has been preserved in near-perfect condition, one that shows little to no signs of wear and has been kept safe for years. This is where the real magic happens. When it comes to high-quality coins like this, especially those in pristine condition, the value can skyrocket. For the 2005 Roosevelt dime, it's possible to see some of these coins reach a staggering price of $65,000. Yes, you heard me right, $65,000. This price tag isn't something you'd expect from a modern coin, but the rarity and demand for perfectly preserved dimes have caused the value of this coin to rise significantly in the right market conditions. It's not every day you come across a coin worth that much, especially one that's only a couple of decades old. But the lesson here is clear: even modern coins can have hidden value if they've been well preserved, are rare, or possess unique characteristics. If you're a collector or an investor, coins like the 2005 Roosevelt dime could be a great addition to your collection. But even if you're just a casual observer, it's worth taking a closer look at the coins you have. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure. To wrap things up, the 2005 Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of how coin collecting is about more than just finding old or rare coins. It's about understanding condition, rarity, and the potential for hidden value. This dime may have been produced in large numbers, but if you find one in impeccable condition, it could be worth a small fortune. As we've seen, some of these coins can be valued at an astonishing $65,000. So, the next time you come across a 2005 Roosevelt dime, remember, it might just be worth a lot more than you think. Today, we're going to take a closer look at a specific coin from the United States that might not be on your radar, but it definitely should be, the Roosevelt one-dime coin from 1991. Now, at first glance, it might seem like just another dime, and for many, it probably is. But dig a little deeper, and you'll discover that this coin has the potential to be worth a whole lot more than just 10 cents. So, get comfortable, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself on a treasure hunt for this rare gem. Before we dive into the value of the 1991 Roosevelt dime, let's take a quick step back to understand the series itself. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. The design was crafted by John R. Sinek, and it's been one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. On the front, you'll see Roosevelt's profile, a fitting tribute to the president. On the reverse, you'll find a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, which symbolize peace, unity, and strength, qualities that were very important to Roosevelt during his presidency. Now, let's zoom in on the 1991 version of the Roosevelt dime. While most people may not consider a coin from the 1990s to be all that valuable, there's a reason why collectors and investors are turning their attention to coins from this era. The 1991 Roosevelt dime, like many other coins from the late 20th century, is not exactly rare in terms of production numbers. Millions of these dimes were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver that year. However, as we know in the world of numismatics, rarity isn't the only thing that affects a coin's value. One of the most important factors in determining the value of a coin is its condition. Over time, coins that have been circulated tend to show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and other marks can all reduce a coin's value. But here's the thing, coins that have been carefully preserved or that have remained uncirculated are far more valuable. If you happen to find a 1991 Roosevelt dime that looks as good as the day it was minted, it could be worth a lot more than face value. Another crucial element to consider is the mint mark. The mint mark is a small letter on the coin that tells you where it was made. For the 1991 Roosevelt dime, you'll find two possible mint marks, P for the Philadelphia Mint and D for the Denver Mint. While the Philadelphia Mint did produce the majority of these coins, dimes with the D mint mark are often in higher demand, especially if they're in top-notch condition. The reason for this is simple: mint marks can influence the rarity and desirability of a coin, and collectors are always on the lookout for the ones that are a bit more unique. Now, let's talk about why the 1991 Roosevelt dime has the potential to be worth much more than just 10 cents. As with any rare coin, the value is tied to a combination of factors: its condition, its rarity, and the demand from collectors. Most of the 1991 dimes you come across will be worth their face value, especially if they've been in circulation for years. But here's where the excitement comes in. If you happen to come across a 1991 Roosevelt dime in perfect or near-perfect condition, the price tag can be shocking. Imagine holding a dime that is in flawless, uncirculated condition. A coin like that, particularly one with a mint mark from the Denver Mint or an exceptional example from Philadelphia, could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Yes, that's right, a coin that was once part of your spare change could be worth a small fortune if it's in the right condition. Now, let's get down to the fun part. How much is a 1991 Roosevelt dime really worth? Well, most of the time, you're looking at a dime that's only worth, well, a dime. But when you're lucky enough to find one in pristine condition, something extraordinary happens. These dimes, especially if they're from the Denver Mint and have been carefully preserved, can fetch as much as $67,000. That's right, $67,000. This might seem like a huge surprise for a coin that was produced less than 40 years ago, but in the world of numismatics, coins like this hold significant value for collectors. So, what's the takeaway here? The 1991 Roosevelt dime might look like just another dime to the untrained eye, but for those who know what to look for, it can be a hidden gem. Whether you're scouring your own coin collection or hunting through old coin rolls, keep your eyes peeled for a 1991 Roosevelt dime that's in excellent condition. If you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding a coin that's worth far more than its face value. In conclusion, the 1991 Roosevelt one-dime coin is a great example of how coins that seem relatively modern can still be worth a small fortune, especially when they are in excellent condition and come from the right mint. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual coin enthusiast, the value of this dime should not be underestimated. So, the next time you come across a 1991 Roosevelt dime, take a closer look. You might just be holding a treasure that's worth $67,000. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world of rare coins. Have you ever found a 1991 Roosevelt dime in mint condition? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe your next treasure is just a dime away.